Okay, so I figured out why I'm so zoomed in on everything. Because I have my phone set that way. Anyways, not my smartest move ever. Here is the new truck, one of them. It is also a 2023 389. Like that maroon one I showed y'all. I'm going to go ahead and roll the hood on this one here. Hopefully that wind's not picking up too bad. It's just kind of a breeze, but I know how these phones love the wind. All right, get the hood rolled over and get y'all a little better look at this great big old motor we got in here. Boom. Look at that thing. My Lord. The first time I seen one, I was looking around for a row panel that said pull to start. But it's tiny as all can be. There's the bell housing the transmission. It is just an itty bitty little thing. But there y'all have it. There's the Packard engine there. So I'll give y'all a little better look at the inside of this one too. Climb up in here. Still haven't got the floor mats in yet. Hopefully those will be in here any day. Oh shoot, I don't have the key with me. Have to run inside and get that. And we're back. So let's turn on the key there. Oh goodness. I left the air conditioner set on hurricane there. So anyways, it's gonna go through its little rigmarole here. And then it'll pop up some gauges here in a minute. Well, maybe in due time. There it goes. Okay, so there's the gauges you have. And then if y'all look right here, this these little dots. So what I can do is I can grab hold of this little dial right here, just kind of roll it up and down. And you can see the dot will move. And you can make gauges go less, less gauges or more gauges. Of course, I like it right there. And then you can also, you press in on that thing I was telling you, that little toggle switch that looks just like this right here. So you can roll it, or it also functions as a button. You just mash it in like that. Okay, now you've got notifications, trip summary, settings, truck information, so forth, so on. Let's go down here to trip summary, press on it again to select. And then whatever it's got highlighted there, that's what you've got highlighted, then you just press on it to select. So for the full trip, and then you can just scroll down here. And you can see we started it about 5 years before I was even born. And then now that this orange section is over here, that means I've got this highlight. That means I've got this section highlighted to the right hand side of this little white bar there. So I just scroll down. It's kind of slow scrolling. Tell your fuel used, your average fuel economy. So 3.6 miles per gallon. That's not real life there, obviously. Let's see. How many miles does it say that we drove? Scroll back up. Time. Yep. So 146 miles, I guess, because it's been sitting up there at the shop and they've been turning it on and moving it. I guess is why it looks like that on the fuel economy. So in order to go back, so I'm going to get this highlight section back over here on this side of the screen. I'm just going to press this button right here and it'll go back over there. There you go. Full trip. Press it again. Now we're back to the main menu. Now we can go up to notifications, select. Okay, so now we can do a systems check, whatever you want to do. So it's doing one and everything's good there. Exterior lights. So I guess everything's good. The only thing I've been able to get to do a systems check is you hold up on this button right here. Trying not to be so shaky with the phone. So settings, again, mash the button, general, favorites. So this right here is where you can organize gauges however you want them. I kind of like it the way it is. There's shortcuts. I guess you can see right here, I think is where I went to, because it didn't come with the let me go all the way back. So right there, the smaller 0, that's my RPM, and it did not come with that. I put that on there, just in there tinkering around with it. So I'm going to start up the truck and show y'all what it looks like whenever it's running. Okay, so you can see where the RPMs are, oil pressure. This right here is your primary, secondary air, right here where it says 99 on both those numbers. Pull out my pen here for better pointing. Tank 1, tank 2, and then this little blue streak right here in the middle is DEF. Coolant temp, all that kind of stuff. And then your tach, you can press on the gas pedal and it'll go up and down just like that. Pretty neato mosquito, if you ask me. And then of course just a regular old smart nav over here. Nothing to write home about. One thing, if I did have a complaint other than the looks, the one thing that I do not like so far is that the steering column does not bend right here. So there's no articulation this way. It just goes this way and in and out. So I will, so in order to tilt the column, you pull down on that little lever right there. There's no more pedal over there under your foot like the older 389s. And you can put it all the way down in your lap, but then there's my line of sight. You really can't see the dash. You got to look up and look under, but you can't really see it in your line of sight. And then it'll go, it'll come out some, it'll go, if I can figure it out, it'll go in some, so you can put it right there. But I like to have it about right there where I can see, and then where I can see the all the gauges, so I can see my turn signals. If I have my headlights, I can see the bright light indicator. So I like it right there where I can see it, and I can put my elbow over here on the armrest on the door, and that holds pretty good right there. So that right there is how we go down the road. And the steering wheel is cocked slightly to the left on this one, just like that other Viper Red one I had. So, but it works out fine. Just hold her right there and she's straight down the road. So, but I wish that the steering wheel did that, but it doesn't. But one nice thing is, like on the older ones, this is just kind of like a brake, sort of. So you can just set it anywhere you want and flip it the other way and it's locked in place. On the older ones, there was like settings. So it was like here, 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 here. It was like a tooth and a gear. You only had just a handful of settings you could choose. But this is more like a brake. You can just set it anywhere you want. And I guess in a sense it's more options, but that's not exactly how I would have it if it were, I would have left the older column in here if I absolutely had to have this dash. I'm sure there was a reason they didn't, but I do miss, of course I would rather have the analog gauges, but whatever, it is what it is. Life goes on. And there's our drive summary. You can tell we did about 1 bazillion miles. Let's kick the old clod hoppers off. Still waiting on floor mats to come in. Ain't got them in yet. Get back here in the old Bunkarooski. Got the restraint system. That's going in the trash. Got the fancy pants cabinets, which gonna have to do some adjusting to those. I guess you can just scoot that in and make that latch up a little bit tighter. Okay. It's a regular old closet, but you got the cup holders over here, or the little storage compartments. And then over here we got the business center. Here's my curtains for the side windows. 2 shelves, I guess, if you wanted to have a microwave or what have you. Got pretty large under the bunk storage in this one. Those flat tops just had a little platinum moniker that kind of came down right there. You didn't have all that under the bed storage. You had to flip up the mattress. So Anyways, a lot more storage capacity in here. I'm how tall am I? 5'10", and I'm in the shorter part of the sleeper, and there's a good, shoot, I'd say 8-9 inches between the top of my head and the roof here. So, black carpet, gray interior, platinum interior, all the bells and whistles. It's got the cool guy sound system in it, which you can't even get in a flat top because they won't put those vocal tweakers unless you have the ultra cab. So, you know, I don't think you've been able to get an ultra cab in a stand-up for a long time. Or, I mean, a regular flat-top cab in a stand-up. I think you've always had to have the ultra cab for a long time. But whenever the stand-ups first came out, they were flat-top cabs. Just the same cab as the flat-top sleepers had. But anyways, all that's left to do to get this truck road ready is to get the e-log and everything installed in it. We've already got it registered. I've got the cab card and everything for it, but I haven't put it on yet. I haven't put the plate on yet. Get the cab card and everything, or the plate put on it, e-log installed, dash camera installed. Go get a CB radio, put that in, tuck all this nonsense away up there in the dash where it goes, and get the APU put on it, which is what we're going to go do tomorrow. So, just wanted to give y'all a little bit of a closer look on this truck here, which the doggone sun's shining right in the darn lens on the camera and messing everything up, which is handy. Got the Sears Atlas seats in both sides, 18 speed, wood grain dash, carpet, platinum, interior, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I went ahead and got the step box pulled off of this other side over here. So, funny story, I went to pick this truck up and it didn't have mud flaps on it. So they stuck one of those sticks, you know, with two mud flaps, like for piggybacking them, and you bolted it back here to the back of the frame. Well, I got up, I took my truck up to the shop and I ordered a set of half fenders for it. And I guess they took it upon themselves to take the quarter fenders off, even though the half fenders aren't going to be here for another couple of weeks. So they pulled my U-bolt mud flaps off, cut the stick up in like 4 separate pieces so it would fit in the trash can, so it was gone. And then had my quarter fenders laying on the floor. Well, I went up there yesterday to pick it up and get the signs put on it. So we had to put these junky old mismatched mud flaps on it so I could drive it over to the sign shop. Anyways, so now I'm waiting on the real mud flaps to come in so I can put those on myself. So anyways, got the signs put on it and everything. Step box is pulled off so we can put an APU on it. That's going to the APU joint in the morning. Get that put on. And those APUs I use, I got those green APUs. I got 2 of them. And that little unit sits right here. And it kind of takes away from some bunk storage. I mean, I wish there was a way to mount it in the middle of the sleeper over there. I'm going to ask them if we can do that, if I can mount it in the middle of the sleeper. Because I would like for this section to be, you know, more accessible. I can put my snow socks or my cooler for samples or whatever over here. You know, I need to get in here with a doggone vacuum cleaner and clean up some of these doggone rubber shavings that are not rubber, metal shavings they got everywhere, turn-ins and everything. All right, got that thing latched up tight. And then also, I got me one of the ones with the hood that doesn't want to close right. So out of the, how many have I bought? 4 I've bought. I have had one with a hood that closed right every time. This one, the doggone, that little part right there, it likes to stop right there. So you lay the hood about halfway down, get over here and push it inside, then it'll go all the way down. I'll show y'all what it does here right now. Which 3 out of 4 have done it. So I'm beginning to think it's a common Peterbilt thing. So there it is, right? Oh, well, make a liar out of me. So it went ahead and closed wrong, but you can see that thing is supposed to be in there. So we are going to lift her back up, be sure it gets set correctly. Oh, look, and that one don't want to go. So that one goes in the bottom and that one goes in the top. Hang on, redo that again. Okay, so there's where it is. That's like the natural resting place of the hood. It just skips it. So you got to set it right there and then mash it on in, then it'll close. So I don't know why it does that, but it does do it. I've never seen one that did it that bad though. This is the first one. That darn thing's, normally they'll just kind of rest on it and then you just set them into place, but this one will darn near skip it. So I don't know what the dealio is with that, but either way, I'm sure not going to put the darn truck down for a month just to avoid a little extra effort in closing the hood. I don't know how they'd fix it anyways. Pop all the rivets out and rebuild the darn thing. I don't even know. So anyways, here y'all have a little closer look at the other truck, the other 389. Went over the dash a little bit, got it all looked at. Hopefully that'll kind of provide a little better understanding of the dash. And yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see y'all from the road. Take care.